Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Ruth Arumala and I am an obstetrician gynecologist, and I love mentoring medical students and pre-meds. So today I want to talk about some of the things that some of my mentees have been asking me, particularly the pre-meds and the medical students. They've been asking me questions about what to do during this COVID pandemic. We are in early April. And at the height of this pandemic, and right now medical schools are closed, there are no rotations going on, and a lot of us private physicians have had to transition to telemedicine unless really necessary to see the patient. So a lot of things have changed in such a rapid time, and I think that there is an opportunity here to really push forward your career. So I just wanted to talk about this. So there are 5 main principles that I'm going to talk about. Number 1 is study. Study. Number 2 is building or acquiring a new skill. Number 3 is learn how to advance your career even during this time. Number 4 is reach out. And number 5 is rest. So I'm going to go through each one of them, and I'm going to talk about what I would do if I was a pre-med or medical student during COVID pandemic. So study. So a lot of us work really well if we have an organized time schedule. So what I would say is organize your time in such a way, even though you're at home and you're not doing much, that you have set times that you study. And if you are studying for the MCATs, continue to study for the MCATs. Don't give up right now, because you have no idea how quickly this could turn back around and life go back to normal, or if it's going to take a while. So you have no idea about the future. Not that any of us ever did, but this time we're more aware about how much of the future we don't know. If you are in the first 2 years of medical school, a lot of the medical schools have still allowed a lot of the lectures to be put online. Even when I was a medical student back in the day, I'm not that old, but back in the day, we used to have all our lectures placed online. And at that time was all audio, and I actually used to study at home most of the time. I'll go into class here and there for some structure, but I used to love to either listen to a lecture on double speed or listen to it regular and take notes, stop when I wanted to. So continue what you were already doing, or learn to use the pre-recorded lectures to really help you. Now you have an opportunity here, because you don't have to get dressed, you don't have to get ready, and you don't have to drive to and from your medical school. So that gives you some extra time where you can either put it towards more studying or towards the other things that we're going to talk about. So there is this group of people who are either most of them are third-year medical students, because you haven't finished your core clerkships, and maybe you most likely haven't finished your electives. So what do you do here? If you are studying for the NBME shelf exams, I would encourage you to continue to study for that, because you have no idea if surgery shelf is in 2 weeks, in a month, in 3 months. You have no idea. So I will continue to study and use UWorld, especially if you haven't taken step 2, continue to use it. Another thing that used to be a resource, and I'm a bit old, but I wanted to put this out there, is the American Academy of Family Practice has a journal, and in the journal there's a list of journals that every medical student should have read. So I encourage you to go there, because it's very easy to read. They put together the information really well. It's all evidence-based, and you'll learn a lot. If you perhaps want to go into something like OBGYN, which is what I am, see if you can start to look at some of the basic things from the compendium to get you ready for 4th year when you start doing your acting internships. So that would be my advice in terms of study. Now, I don't think you should spend your whole time studying. I just don't. I think you should pace yourself so you don't get burnt out, because this journey is still very long, okay? It's a lifetime journey. So what skills? I think you should acquire a skill. If you don't speak Spanish already, that would be my number 1 skill for you to acquire. if you're like me and you don't know how to make YouTube videos, because I'm just learning, I would learn that. So two of the places that I think you can look to get free courses include Coursera and Skillshare. So those are two places that I go to learn new skills. And of course, YouTube University. I mean, come on, you can learn anything on YouTube. So I would encourage you to get a skill that will either be relevant for medicine or something that you've always wanted to do that you haven't had a chance to do yet. And some of that can actually be a little bit of leisure, which includes like reading books like you haven't had time to read, some fiction, some non-medical stuff. I would encourage that. The next thing that I wanted to encourage is to advance. So look for ways to advance your career. Look for summer opportunities that might not happen this summer, that might happen next summer. Look for that. Look for study abroad programs. Look for things that might enhance your career as you move forward. Make lists, look at what they require, see when their applications are due. Look for scholarship opportunities. Yes, there are scholarship opportunities in medical school. So look for that. Look for things that can help you advance your career, that can augment your resume and your CV. And I really think that you will have a good time doing that now that you're not super stressed about taking an exam in 2 weeks or every week, depending on how your medical school is or how pre-med is for you. The next thing is to reach out. So I have a lot of mentees, and it warms my heart so much when people reach out to me and say, hey, I know everything is going on right now. I'm praying for you. I'm supporting you. Like, reach out to your mentors, especially people that I hate to say this way, but you're going to be looking for letters of recommendation for. Reach out to them, because at this time, a lot of people forget that we are also human. And the last thing is rest. Use this opportunity to rest. Get some rest. And I'm talking about deep rest. Rest where you don't feel guilty for just doing nothing, for staring at the ceiling, for entering your car and just sitting there, for watching YouTube for half a day, for just binging on Netflix. Take some time to rest and rejuvenate. Whether or not you have stuff in your house that you can do a facial, that you can just relax. You can have things that, you don't normally do because you're so scared of wasting time. This is time that you can carve out time and not feel guilty about it. So those are my five things that I would recommend that you do during this time. And I wish you the best of luck as you are navigating this like the rest of us. And hopefully you stay safe. I really hope and wish that everyone that watches this video, that you stay safe and that you can continue your medical school journey in a really timely fashion. So we'll talk soon. Bye.